So in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to use this foam roller the right way on your IT band. So listen up. And of course, before we get going, you guys need to subscribe to RyleyRehab every single week, coming up with new content, helping you learn how to deal with your own injuries and ultimately become the expert of your own body. So with that being said, we're going to get into the IT band. And basically, for those of you who don't know, it's a strip. On the side of one's leg here is a strip, and it basically runs all the way down from the knee to the hip bone. I'm going to move his hand out of the way so you can see. You can almost imagine it as a line on the outside of the leg. With this being the outside of my leg, my knee's right here, I turn it in. You have this strip going all the way from here to your hip bone right there. And what a lot of people have believed before is that this can get really tight, and by taking this foam roller right here and essentially rolling up and down there, you can kind of loosen up everything, break down any scar tissue, and make it more loose and ultimately decrease your injuries. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into this, but there is a big controversy in the scientific community as far as whether you were actually doing that or not. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to show you guys the most effective way I have found to release that IT band, or that IT band area rather, using a foam roller. And what I find the best way is not to actually focus on just getting the IT band, but actually focusing on getting the muscles around the IT band. Because the muscles around it actually respond a lot better to what is essentially massage. You're basically massaging that IT band. And the more you can work on those, the more you're going to calm down, and ultimately the more your pain is going to go down in many cases. So I'm going to show you guys 3 muscles that you need to work on when you're foam rolling. The first one is known as the tensor fascia lata, and that's, I'm going to point right here. It's basically on the diagonal front part of the leg. If I was showing on the skeleton here, it would be on the very front side, right around there. TFL, it's right there, that little black spot. A very small area compared to the whole entire leg. But working on this, because this attaches to the IT band, you can actually loosen up the muscle, make it calm down, and that'll eventually cause the IT band to calm down as a result because it's attached to it. So if this was a foam roller, I'm obviously not going to whip out the foam roller because it's too big right now. But I can take the foam roller, basically go on the front diagonal part of my leg, and then roll it up and down like that. At the very end of the video, I'll show you guys how I would do this in practice. And you want to spend a good minute in this area because this will really help calm down the muscle. And in many cases, you can actually feel relief all the way down to the knee. The second important area on a very similar note is the glutes. So I think we all know what the glutes are. It's basically your bum. If this is the bum of my skeleton buddy right here, basically the glutes will kind of go the way my fingers are going, like this, all the way to just wrap around and eventually attach to the IT band. So by working not only on the front side that attaches there, the tensor fascia lata, also working on this side there, you can really calm down a lot of tension in that IT band, and in many cases take pain down further down. So how you would do this in practice is you would want to massage using the foam roller on the back side, just going up and down like this. You can actually go all the way from the bum, going this way as well. Now the third muscle you need to target is known as the vastus lateralis. And basically, when I show these 2 strips of tape right here, that's showing the whole entire area of the vastus lateralis. That's basically one of your quadricep muscles that straightens your leg. They go all the way there, and this covers a huge, probably close to 1/3 of the whole entire leg there. And anytime, this is pretty hard to miss with a foam roller because if you basically lie on your side or on your forward side, you're gonna work that area. And the IT band actually goes right over top of it. So if you look right here, the IT band goes right there, and if all where the basically white unshaded area is, and if I was to just grab it and peel it back, I would see nothing but the vastus lateralis. So for that reason, I can totally justify just rolling all the way up and down with the foam roller because it will calm down that muscle underneath, which is fantastic. But one way you can get a better edge on this is to actually go a little bit more in front, because there is a point where the IT band goes forward and eventually it stops and it thins out. You can actually kind of feel around here and you'll feel it stops being stiff. And then you have more just pure muscle. Now this is a lot easier to dig in with. If you were to use a tennis ball, if you were to use a foam roller, this is much easier to dig in for. So what I recommend is instead of foam rolling straight down the side of your leg the way most people do, you can actually go a little bit more diagonally in front, and you're going to target that muscle a lot better. And ultimately, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck. Because ultimately, muscle responds a lot better to massage than does the IT band itself. And as I promised, this is how it would look from a practical angle. In order for me to get that tensor fasciae lata on the front, I would basically go diagonally facing at a 45-degree angle, going up and down, just going no higher than my hip bone, and getting the very top part of the leg, doing that for about a minute. And then later switch onto the glutes, where I'd basically be sitting down this way at an angle. I'd actually bring my body this way so my leg is in the same direction, and roll back and forth like that. So it's basically going along my bum cheek in this direction right there. Do that for a minute as well. And then of course get the IT band. But when I do that, I'm going to instead try to focus a little more on the front. So I'm going forward. I'm only slightly tilting my body, maybe like 30 degrees out this way. And then I'm rolling all the way up and all the way down, making sure I work on that vastus lateralis muscle to take the pain down. And if the pressure is too much, I can always use this leg or my hands here to basically take the strain down. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and I shall see you next time.